So welcome to today's session. Today's workshop is on the top tips for your career in your first year of university. So I'm presuming that most of you are first years, however, some of you might also be perhaps joining as a master's student, or maybe you're catching up on some tips in your second year. Or third year. So you might be thinking that career planning is for your final year, but actually there is a lot you can do in your first year and obviously your second year and third year to help towards your career. Of course, you'll want to settle into university life first of all, whether you're moving into halls or commuting into university. So this workshop is really to help you to start thinking about ways that you can plan and try to gain experience and get ahead a bit while you're at university. I'm just going to admit one more person. And really just to put yourself in the best possible sort of position for when you graduate. So you don't have to have everything worked out in your first year, and you don't have to do everything that I'm about to suggest here, but getting started on your career while you're in your first year can help you make the most of your time here and save yourself some time later on. So definitely it's a good idea to get started in your first year, but don't worry about doing it all at once and straight away. Okay, now I'm having trouble actually moving on. There we go. Right, tip number one is to visit CareerLink. So by coming to university, you've embarked on a journey to get closer to your career goals. So to help you on your journey, the Career Service is here to help you. During this time of uncertainty, the Career Service have moved many of their services online. We therefore recommend that all students visit us on CareerLink. You can access CareerLink through the student portal, or for your convenience, we also have the CareerLink app, which you can download from Google Play and the App Store. So what is there on CareerLink? Well, on CareerLink, there's lots of useful information to help you plan your career, to develop knowledge about different industries, and to find out about career-related events that are happening in the university. And we've had lots of different events in the past. For example, we've got we usually have a leadership program, and we have lots of events around entrepreneurship. We have careers fairs that take place usually in the university, but may well be happening online this year. If you have a quick query, you can use the platform's live chat feature to speak to a member of the team, and you can also book an appointment with a careers advisor. As you can see on the slide, on the right hand side, you've got the appointments tab at the top. You can just click on there and you can book an appointment with a careers advisor if you need to. The portal also contains a huge amount of useful articles, guides, videos and information, and excellent tools such as CV 360 to help you check your CV. And the employer tracker and job search engine help you to find out about the latest student internships, part-time jobs and graduate opportunities. So definitely familiarise yourself with CareerLink, and definitely download the app. And the second piece of advice, the second tip, is to use the Careers Service. So I've already mentioned that we've got the live chat service on CareerLink. So that's open Mondays to Fridays between 11 AM and 4 PM. And you can actually just chat directly to a member of the Careers Service. So this is quite useful if you're somebody who perhaps is living in halls or commuting in to university. It gives you the flexibility to be able to contact our team anytime between 11 and 4 and from any location. Again, I've mentioned the bookable video appointments. So they actually cover careers advice, but also appointments about work experience and placements. And you can also book a mock interview as well. And finally, we also offer advice by email. So if you've got any general careers queries, you want to have your CV checked or a personal statement checked, or you just want to be able to get in touch with a careers advisor maybe outside of the bookable times, then just drop us a message to careers@roehampton.ac.uk. So the third tip is to follow careers on social media. So we put all the latest student internships, graduate opportunities and careers events on social media, particularly our Twitter and Instagram accounts. So the Twitter account is the @URCareersHub, and the Instagram is roehampton.careers. It'd be great if we could get as many of you to follow us on these channels so that you can be updated on all the latest opportunities. And in addition to following us on social media, it is worth following employers, organisations and professional bodies that interest you on their social media channels, because often they post work experience and job opportunities on their channels. So tip number 4 is to do the Chancellor's Career Award. So the Roehampton Chancellor's Career Award is designed to support you to develop your employability skills and feel more confident about your future. By completing the award, you will become more aware of your workplace skills, career options, job hunting, CVs and applications, interview skills and preparation for work. The award is accessible through CareerLink, which is, as I mentioned, our online careers portal. So within each section, you can choose from a range of bite-sized career development activities, which are linked to a number of different videos and articles and quizzes, etc. Once you've completed the 4 sections, you should have developed the fundamentals of your career planning and employability skills and have a certificate to put on your CV. So section 1 is you and your career. And this encourages you to reflect on your skills as well as your preference, values and motivations. And you can do an employability skills audit as well as develop a career development plan by completing that section. Section 2 helps you to explore your options, and you develop a range of skills for exploring your options and making informed decisions about your career. Section 3 will be a guide really on how to gain experience and develop your skills. So it helps you to reflect on the skills and attributes that graduate employers are looking for and encourage you to start developing those skills through a range of activities such as work experience and voluntary work. And finally, section 4, you'll learn about the practical steps for making effective and successful applications and prepare for interviews to secure the jobs you want. So, and at the end of all of this, you get a certificate from the Chancellor, who is Jacqueline Wilson currently. So it's very good and it looks good on your CV. Right, the other thing, the next tip, tip number 5, that I recommend is that in addition to CareerLink, there are several useful graduate careers websites that you should try to register with. So these sites contain a wealth of information and advice. So I'm talking about sites such as prospects.ac.uk, targetjobs.co.uk, milkround.com and ratemyplacement.co.uk. So the sorts of advice on there are things such as internship placement and job alerts. So by registering, you can gain access to alerts related to the different types of jobs and opportunities that you're interested in. Live vacancies, job sector information and advice. So this tends to be detailed by sector, including publications, as well as detailed information of how to get into different sectors and the different roles within them. Careers advice as well, such as the what can I do with my degree area, which is on prospects.ac.uk, as well as Target Jobs. And these include comprehensive job profiles for the jobs that are most directly related to your degree, as well as information about careers where your degree would be useful. Career planning, including quizzes and matching questionnaires to help you assess your interest and personality and relate it to different career options. And also lots of information about events as well. So as well as the events that we have within Roehampton, there's also lots of events that you can attend outside of Roehampton, such as recruitment fairs and career talks, etc. So it's definitely useful to sign up to these websites so you can find out about those, as well as some of the employer profiles which include detailed information regarding employers, along with the opportunity to follow employers and their opportunities. There are also several sector-specific job boards that you might like to register with. So you can have a look for recommended job boards for the sector you're interested in on Prospects, as well as under the industry profiles on CareerLink. Or just speak to a member of the careers team and we'll provide you with some recommendations. Right, so the next tip number 6, is to get involved. So you want to make sure that you're involved as much as you can be in university life. And I'm obviously aware at the moment it's much more difficult, but there are many clubs and societies that you can join at Roehampton. Here are just a few represented by the logos on the slide. So it could be that you're a keen gamer and would like to join the eSports Society to compete against other teams, or perhaps you would like to develop your healthcare skills by joining the First Aid Society. So whatever your interests or skills you'd like to develop and to meet like-minded individuals, there should be something for you to get involved in. Another way to get involved is by taking on a position of responsibility. So many of the clubs and societies have opportunities to take on leadership roles, and you can also look into becoming a flat course or department representative, whereby you'd be representing and advocating for other students. So these positions often lead to changes being made to better the experience for students at the university, and in the future you might also consider becoming a college leader or part-time officer with the Students' Union. So I definitely recommend having a look at the Roehampton Students' Union website, which is a separate website and contains loads of information about all these different ways you can get involved. You can also get involved in university life by attending the events and talks that are held throughout the year. Often the Career Service puts on talks with employers which enable you to find out about different careers and opportunities to gain work experience. So be sure to check out our events button on CareerLink for the latest information. And why do you think it's important to get involved? Well, it helps you to develop your transferable skills such as communication, teamwork, leadership, financial or public speaking. And employers love to see that you've built these skills at university, both through your course, but also through things you've done in your spare time. And in addition, it helps you enjoy your time at university more. So the next tip number 7, is to explore part-time jobs and volunteering. So at Roehampton, we've got lots of support to help you find a part-time job or volunteering opportunity. So we've got UR jobs. So the roles can include things such as student ambassadors, which I believe are going to be advertised very soon, reception and admin work, research assistants and event staff, and careers assistants. I think the thing is, at the moment, things are a little bit quieter on the UR jobs front, but in order to keep an eye out on the positions, have a look on the Working at Roehampton part of the website, of the main university website, and have a look under UR jobs. And you can also register for future opportunities as well by submitting your application form and CV. We've also got the CareerLink job search engine, so you can use this to search for part-time jobs, temporary positions and internships, and you can use the filters to search by postcode, industry and job type. So just log into CareerLink and have a look at that as well. In addition, we've produced a part-time jobs resource as well, which contains lots of different links to places where you could have a look for part-time work. So just email us, so send an email to careers@roehampton.ac.uk and we can email that part-time jobs resource out to you. In addition, it could be worthwhile thinking about doing some voluntary work as well while you're at university. So the internships team actually advertise some volunteering opportunities. So you could email internships@roehampton.ac.uk to find out about that. But there's also some excellent external websites that you could use, such as the Do It website or the Team London website, to find out about different volunteering opportunities. And at the university, on the university campus, There's the Grow Hampton project, which involves growing produce in the growing spaces, as well as looking after the chickens, etc. So you may think about getting involved in that. You know, why do volunteering? Well, it's a really great way to develop your skills. The other reason is that it can be career related. So quite often with part-time student jobs, it wouldn't necessarily be career related, but with a volunteering opportunity, you might be able to try out new things, new skills, and develop your career in a particular area. And obviously, if it's a part-time job where you're paid, you can earn while you learn, which is really important if you need the money. But we do advise not to take on too many hours because obviously you've got your course to complete, and you don't want a job to completely take over and affect your learning and your degree results. And tip number 8 is to apply for Insight weeks and days. So an Insight scheme or an Insight day or week is a short-term period of work experience designed primarily for first and second year university students. Typically, they last between 1 to 10 days and take place during the Easter break. So Insights have various names. For example, in the banking sector, they're called Spring Weeks. And they usually take place during the kind of Easter or spring holidays. And in the legal sector, they're called vacation schemes or VAC schemes. So they might be called different things at different times. It could just be called, a first year internship or something like that. Now, lots of them have closing dates kind of at the same during the next few months, actually. So if you want to actually apply for one of these, it'd be worth looking into those at the moment, and particularly with the large graduate employers. If you'd like to do some kind of Insight Day or Insight Week with them, then definitely have a look at those at the moment and see what's on offer and what you can apply for. And I did have a quick look the other day, and I did see that some of these experiences are now taking place digitally. So they would be remote, virtual vacation Insight days. So what's on offer? So employers have created Insight schemes and Spring Weeks to give students an introduction to the professional environment and a taste of their company's culture. Some employers also use Insights to scout for future talent and look for candidates for their internship placements and even graduate programs. So typical activities can include things such as work shadowing, learning how the business works, taking part in short projects, and giving presentations. So you can search for Insight days and weeks on the websites that are included on the slide. So you've got the studentladder.co.uk/first year internships, also ratemyplacement.co.uk and e4s.co.uk, and in brackets first year internships. So have a look at some of those and just see whether any of them are of interest to you. Obviously, it's a brilliant way for you to develop your commercial awareness, build your understanding of how organisations work, and also provide evidence for your CV on your motivation to work in a particular sector, and also an opportunity to network and make contacts for your future career. Okay, so tip number 9 is to plan ahead to gain work experience. So however you decide to gain work experience at university is definitely a valuable thing to do. And as you can see in the quote on the slide, work experience is no longer an optional extra for universities. It's an essential part of preparing for the graduate job market. So that's something to think about. You've just started, and obviously you've all got a lot on your plate at this time, but it's definitely worth taking a bit of time to plan ahead to get work experience. And that might be something that you're planning for your second year, or maybe for next summer or something like that. So there's many ways that you can gain work experience while you're at university, whether it be through a module on your course or by taking up jobs in the summer holidays. So if possible, try to find something that is relevant for your future career ambitions, or which is developing your transferable skills. some courses offer a year-long placement or a placement module, and you can find out in advance what is on offer with your course. You might also like to make the most of your summer holidays by applying for a summer internship. Most of these are targeted towards the summer between your second and third year. However, you could also look to line up some work experience with a smaller, medium-sized company, perhaps in the summer following your first year. And you might do that with more of a speculative approach, using your CV and cover letter rather than applying for one of the big schemes. Casual summer work is also a good way to develop your skills and demonstrate skills such as time management and how you've made the most of your holiday time. And increasingly, there have been opportunities to complete remote internships. So, you can speak to a member of the internships team to find out more and see whether you might find something to do remotely. Or, maybe there might be something else that you could do remotely using some of your skills, perhaps, tutoring or something along those lines. And finally, tip number 10 is to develop your CV. So it's important to keep your CV up to date because it's used for so many things. It's used for applying for jobs, applying for internships, for making speculative applications, or maybe sending to recruitment agencies, as well as just for your own personal record. And people do forget things over the years of all the different things they've done. But you can keep on there things like, if it is just keeping your personal record, you can keep all things, information about the modules you're completing, and the skills that you've developed along the way, and all the activities that you've got involved in at university, and also think about things obviously that you've done before you've come to uni as well. So the key things to remember when writing your CV is that your CV is not an exhaustive list of everything you've ever done. And when you're trying to get a job, you need to think of how you can market yourself to the employer. So you need to be thinking about the key messages you want to get across, which are your unique selling points that help you stand out to the employer. And just put yourself in the employer's shoes when you're writing your CV, because they'll be thinking, what do you offer me? What is it that you have that others don't? It's really important in today's competitive job market that you stand out. So make sure that you tailor your CV and tweak and change it depending on the role that you're going for. But don't worry, there's lots and lots of help that you can get in terms of your CV. So as mentioned earlier, you've got all the resources on CareerLink, and then you can have it checked over by a careers advisor. All you need to do is just email your CV to careers@roehampton.ac.uk, and a careers advisor will get back to you within 48 hours with some suggestions for improvement and any sort of editing and comments as well. So finally, just, enjoy the journey. So for many of you, this will be the start of your new journey towards your dream career. So enjoy the journey, use this time at university to try out new things, whether it be a sport, a club, or a new job. Try to push yourself out of your comfort zone so that you can challenge yourself and discover new things about yourself. And don't worry too much about the destination, but just make sure that you make the most of the journey. And if you need any help, be sure to speak to a member of the careers team. So just a reminder there of our social media channels, and I'm going to stop sharing the screen now and ask if anyone's got any questions. Okay, so I'll just put my video on. Thank you everybody for coming along today. Does anyone have any? I'm just going to stop recording.